Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Natalie Guess and I am the Director of eMERGE Experience here. If you have any questions or concerns about this webinar, please make sure that you give us a call or email us at webinars@easyemerge.com. So in today's agenda, what we're going to be discussing is what makes up your online brand, the importance of having an online brand presence, identifying what you want in your brand presence, and how you can go about in achieving that online visual brand. So what is an online brand? Really, it's about shaping your audience's perception of your business by defining your values, your goals, and your personality. Then presenting these through your online channels with consistent imagery and messaging, and building relationships with your audience through engaging communication. So what is your online brand currently saying about you? So I'm going to ask a few questions, and I really want you to think about these questions in terms of your online brand, and maybe make some notes as we go through a few of these questions. So does it show professionalism first and foremost? So think about all of the social channels you have, your website, do you have a blog, everything that has your name, your business name on it that is out there online. Is it influenced by culture in your area? Is it a reflection of your personality? How do you think people see your online brand as it is right now? The next question is going to be, is your online brand saying what you want it to say about you? So in looking at all the channels that you have and looking at how everything is set up for you and what people are seeing as first impression, keep these questions in mind as you're going through it and you're looking at everything, and really take a look at it and say, is it what you want it to say about you? If not, it's time to reevaluate. So there's three major key factors to an online brand. There's your voice, or the message that you put out to your audience. Second is your look, or the visual elements that you use across all your channels. And lastly, it's going to be your engagement, or really how you engage with and respond to your audience online. So looking at your content. Part of your voice is figuring out what kind of messaging you will portray. So in terms of character, how does your audience see you? Are you friendly? Are you warm? Do you have a playful aspect to you? Are you inspiring? Professional? Take a look at the tone. What is your tone? Are you personal, honest, formal, humble, or direct? In terms of your language, is your messaging too complex? Is it savvy, or is it simple? Or do you have more of a fun way to look at the way that you propose things in your language? And then your purpose. Think about, what are you there? What are you online to do? Are you there to engage? Are you there to educate, to entertain, enable, or really are you there to sell? And maybe it's all of the above. So when you're looking at your visual brand, make sure that you're keeping all these different things in perspective, so that way you're taking your personality, you're taking what it is that you do for a living, and you're putting all those things and melding them together to create your own personal online brand presence. Keep in mind that in all of the online channels that the languaging is going to be different. So you can't post the same exact thing on all of the social channels. There needs to be a little twist that gets associated. So I found this little infographic, this little graphic that kind of shows basically all the different social channels out there, and in terms of pretty much saying the same thing, they're talking about bacon, exactly what you would say about bacon on all of these different social channels. And it's actually kind of funny. It has the Twitter, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, Foursquare, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Google+, and then, your radio station, whatever you're listening to. So I thought this is really unique and different. It kind of shows that flexibility, or how you need to use languaging in all of the different social channels when essentially you're saying the same thing. So your look is very important because the internet is extremely visual medium, and thus the less your audience has to struggle to figure out who you are. So when your brand images, your themes, and your templates are consistent across all your channels, your business will be easier for your audience to identify with. So you can think of your online visual brand as a virtual storefront. It's how people will identify you during a passing glance or when they're actively seeking you out. Your goal for your visual brand should be that no matter where your audience finds you, they will instantly recognize your business. Your engagement. So this is perhaps the most important aspect of your online brand, yet strangely, it's one of the ones that is most ignored. You can have consistent messaging and images, but you have to also be able to engage your audience with content, questions, responses, and customer service. In essence, you need to be practicing what you preach. How you behave online, react to criticism, respond to comments, and build relationships is paramount to an online brand. So this is certainly not all the ways that you can engage your audience, but they definitely are some big ones to consider. So, initiate conversation with your audience through posting questions or asking for input. You can use polls or surveys and even crowdsourcing. Replying to criticism can be tricky. It seems personal, but usually the angry audience member is responding in the heat of the moment. So if it makes you mad, step back, take a breath, and then respond in a professional manner. Don't try and insult, humiliate, or refute. Just use smart tactics to show your audience that you're working to rectify whatever the situation is. If you need to apologize or explain the situation, and then, promise to move forward. Definitely answer questions. If someone came up to you in person and asked you a question about your business, you would not ignore them. No. So why leave the question unanswered online? Answer the question, then thank the person for their interest or concern to show that you appreciate their engagement. Providing customer service. This is huge for online brands. More and more people are using social media for customer service inquiries because it's faster. And providing good customer service can make or break a business. So please make sure that you're staying on top of both online and offline when it comes to your customer responses. So why are online brands important? As we discussed earlier, your online brand is the extension of your business online. So it is how people identify, interact, and engage with your business when they are not in your physical location. So in a study by Social Media Today, millennials were the most likely age group to say that emotional connections with brands matter to them. So what does your brand say about your business? Are you appealing to the audience you're trying to target? So think about who that target age range or who you're really looking to attract into your business. Are you putting out the look and the message that will bring you the results you want and bring you that target audience? Is your online brand saying what you want it to say? There are a few good ways to make sure, but one good way to tell if your brand is saying what you want it to say is by looking at your data. So a few things that you can do to find out what people think about your brand is to ask. So ask people to give you some honest opinions of your brand, things that you can do to improve, and what their initial reaction is. So when looking at your online presence, what are their initial reactions? What are their initial thoughts? What are the initial words that come to mind? You could possibly ask your rival to get out the red pen and mark all over the place. And I know that this could be tough, but I promise it will help you evaluate more objectively. Then you can ask your mom. She'll give you all sorts of praise, love, and support to help you get over what your rival said, right? A better way to tell if your brand is saying what you want it to say is by looking at your data. Are you attracting the crowd you want, or are you attracting any crowd at all? Are your sales increasing? Are they decreasing? Or are they staying unchanged? Is the feedback you're receiving telling you anything about how people see your business? Lastly, and most importantly, go to the professionals. Not many people have skills to visually enhance their brand or the platform to consolidate and manage all of their channels for them. It ends up sucking up a lot of your time. It can be frustrating. So why not pull in the pros to do the heavy lifting for you? That's what we're here for. So here are some 8 guidelines based off the 8 laws in Peter Matona's book, The Brand Called You. So you can use some of these as guidelines to help you ensure that your brand is a success. So let's start with the law of specialization. A good brand must be precise, concentrated on a single core strength, talent, or achievement. So you can specialize in one of many ways, either ability, behavior, lifestyle, mission, product, profession, and or service. Next is going to be being the leader in your industry. So the law of leadership, endowing an online brand with authority and credibility demands that the source be perceived as a leader by the people in his or her domain or sphere of influence. So leadership stems from excellence, position, or recognition. The law of personality. So a good brand must be built on a foundation of the source's true personality, flaws and all. So it is a law that removes some of the pressure laid on by the law of leadership. So you've got to be good, but you don't have to be perfect. The law of distinctiveness. An effective brand needs to be expressed in a way that is different from the competition. Many marketers construct middle-of-the-road brands so as not to offend anyone. This is a route to failure because their brands will remain anonymous among the multitudes. The law of visibility. So to be successful, a brand must be seen over and over again until it imprints itself on the consciousness of its domain or sphere of influence. We know this. We've heard this a million times. Visibility creates the presumption of quality. So people assume because they see a person all the time, he or she must be superior to others offering the same product or service. The law of unity. So the business behind a brand must adhere to the moral and behavioral code set down by that brand. So private conduct must mirror in the public brand. The law of persistence. So any brand takes time to grow, and while you can accelerate the process, you can't replace it with advertising or public relations. So stick with your brand without changing it. Be unwavering and be patient. And then the law of goodwill. So a brand will produce better results and endure longer if the business behind it is perceived in a positive way. It must be associated with a value or idea that is recognized universally as a positive and worthwhile. So by following some of these guidelines, you can really take your brand to the next level. And this webinar will actually be pre-recorded, and we'll have some other resources in the blog associated with this webinar that will have all of these resources in there for you if you'd like to look at those further. So I know this can sometimes be overwhelming, but don't feel overwhelmed. eMerge will visually brand all your online channels, your blog, your social media, and your email, and then we can provide you with a platform where you can consolidate all of the channels into one single place for you to easily use, maintain, and monitor. So we provide the content that you may opt into to supplement your blog, your social media, and your email messaging, but we also can provide the option for additional tools for you to enhance your brand, such as maybe mobile text messaging and surveys and forms. And then again, we provide the best customer experience to our clients because we understand that sometimes it can be very frustrating when you're trying to work towards growing that brand online. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to escape out of that for a moment and I actually pulled up some different examples of some different branding. So this is one of the ones that were actually in the PowerPoint where I was showing you. Take a look at this as an example. What is the first thing that comes to mind when you take a look at this visual branding? Make yourself some notes. It's modern, it's bright, it's intriguing, it's kind of inviting. And you'll notice, if I click on any of the social channels, you're going to see that same visual brand reflected in every single outlet, every single channel, to where it is that consistent look and feel. Another one, this is another great example. This is actually an image from the client's website where we then turned the logo, everything to make it look very professional, very modern, very streamlined. So, again, make yourself some notes. Think about, what you currently have, and then think about where you want to go with your branding. Think about color tones. Maybe you have a certain color tone that you have to stick with for maybe the company that you're with or the affiliation that you're with. but think about different ways that you want to portray yourself, and then you can actually communicate that with our team, and we can certainly try and make that happen for you online. Again, clicking on the social channels is going to bring me to where you'll see that same visual brand reflected in all of the channels that are listed here. And then here's another one. So this is a great example of a client that had their logo design, and then they had their website, and they weren't really sure, you know, they kind of looked at us to be the experts to kind of help them portray that visual brand online for them in a better way. So in looking at what we were able to do for them, you'll see that it's very different, yet we're using the same logo design. And in fact, I believe they're actually working towards changing their website to be a little bit more reflective of everything that we've put together for them. But you'll see here that, you know, it's very clean and very modern. It's put together. It's visually appealing. So again, you know, all we need is a little bit of insight on what you're looking for and what you're looking to achieve. You know, the possible logos that you have already created, whether they're your personal logo or your affiliation logo. And then giving us those free reins to work with that branding and come up with this great creative online presence for you. So again, clicking on the social channels, you're going to see that same visual brand reflected across all the social channels. So again, at eMerge, we really can do it for you. We really can give you that great online presence, and all you have to do is work with our customer experience team to help you achieve that. Do I have any questions at this time about online presence or your online presence, whether it reflects your current visual branding or if it's a question about, you know, moving forward, what you'd like to do for your visual branding? I have a question about LinkedIn. So what do we do with LinkedIn? LinkedIn doesn't give us too much freedom and, I guess, flexibility with their branding. All we really have at this point in time is access to the profile image. I know that they're working on some different things for company profiles, but then again, you know, nothing's set in stone yet. So all we really are able to do is visually brand and make sure that that headshot image is consistent with everything else. Great question. Anyone else? Does anybody else have any questions? I have a question about the form. So let me show you guys. Let me X out of that. So in terms of your social branding, so again, with our eMerge Total Market Dominator package, you actually get a blog, a Tumblr blog designed, visually branded for you, your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn. We link inside of your account and actually make sure that it is a consistent image associated with it. And then we can also do a YouTube channel. But I just want to show you on Facebook, we do brand your Join My Email List registration form. So again, if someone were to, you know, if you were to drive someone to this specific tab to get them to sign up to start receiving your email newsletter, that as well is branded. It's another good question. Okay, I do have another question. Will you be creating any videos? Videos in terms of automatically pushing out video, is that the question? Okay, no, at this time we do not have anything in place to where we're going to be automatically pushing video out to YouTube. What we're doing currently is we're actually able to link your YouTube channel inside of your eMerge account, and any videos that you actually upload to YouTube can actually automatically be pulled inside of your email once it's connected, which is really quite cool because it auto puts the link into that embedded image, and the play button automatically goes over it. So now it's a trackable link. We're able to see what people click on inside of the email and see everybody who actually watched the video. Can I show you this? So you would like to see an example of the YouTube? Pulling in the YouTube channel? I can certainly do that. So I'm going to log into an eMerge account here, and what we'll do is I'll show you exactly how to do that. So under Social, Manage Social Connections, you're going to see where you can actually pull in the YouTube channel. It's taking just a minute to load here. Sorry about that. So it's actually under Other. You'll see the YouTube. In order to create a YouTube channel, they actually require you to have a Gmail account now. So you actually have to create a Gmail account and then create your YouTube channel, but you connect it inside of here. And if I go to create new email, or if you were to go to your email templates to drop in a video, there's two ways to do it. So you can create your email. Again, all of this can be modified and completely customized for you, but there's a little YouTube icon inside the text editor. So what I would do is, maybe I'd say check out the video, or check out this video on marketing tips. Okay, and then I'd hit the little YouTube icon, and what it does is it's going to actually auto pull in all of the videos that are associated with this YouTube account. The other thing that you can do is you can actually enter the URL. So if I come over to this YouTube channel, I click on the video, you're going to see that there's an option to share. So let me pause that. I'm going to hit share. It gives me the link. All I have to do is copy that, come back to eMerge, paste, hit OK, and there it is with the play button. If I don't want it to be that big, that's not a problem. I just click on it, and then I can just minimize the video to make it smaller. And then I can just hit save. And again, you can customize this. You can center all the information however you'd like. Okay, perfect. Any other questions? And again, being able to visually brand all of this, your email template, you'd have a visually branded email template inside of your account. All right, you guys, I believe that was all of the questions. If you have any other further questions that we didn't get to on this webinar, please feel free to contact us at webinars@easyemerge.com. You can also give us a call at our main office. And if you're not an eMerge client this time and you're interested in getting started, please feel free to email us at getstarted@easyemerge.com or give us a call at the 1-888 number to speak to an interactive marketing specialist. Thank you so much, and we look forward to working with you.